So I see you've managed to escape for your new position in naval affairs, even went on to make a new city prosper in one of the most barren parts of my empire. I don't know how you did it, but considering your commitment, I have decided to give you a second chance. This time, though, I expect far better results. Your assignment is in a very rich environment, so you are to establish a highly productive and successful city. The locals have given it the name Pompei. Whatever you do, however, don't be fooled by the regional superstitions about Mount Vesuvius. People have been whining for years about how the gods would make it go up in flames and tear the earth asunder, but so far, no such thing has come to pass. I'm sure you will put those downstairs minds, and most of all their bodies, to more productive use. Do not disappoint me again. From the looks of it, you could still quite use some rowing exercise.
Alright, back with more Caesar 3, and why would that be? Well, Caesar's been impressed with our job thus far and is willing to give us another chance, but that chance is over in Pompei. Let's go and check it out. Yes, the esteemed Pepperan has brought forward this, another custom map on Caesar 3. It's probably going to be pretty difficult, I can tell straight away. I've only got 4,000 denarii to start off with, and 300 months in which to beat this map. I also notice that there's no background music. I sure do get nervous without that. Okay, what do we have going for us here? Well, we are located here in Caesarea, also known as Pompei. We have 4 people that we can trade with. Ignore what it says on the map, that is wrong. Where Tingis will buy... I've got a sheet on the other screen that tells me what they'll buy and sell. Maybe Pepper could post that up so people in chat can figure out as well. Tingis buys my vegetables and timber. Volubus will buy my oil and pottery. Carthagenova and Valencia, well, they're seaborne. I can probably worry about them later, especially when it's 800 and 2,500 to open up trade routes with them. Damn, Volubus is expensive, so probably consider either Tingis or Carthagenova. Probably Tingis. They buy vegetables and... both of those are garbage, though. Okay, well, let's get a proper look at the map then. I wonder what this could be. Surely not a volcano or anything of the sort, I'm sure. We do not have a lot of farmlands. We can immediately tell that. There's a wee bit around the water here, a wee bit around the water here. A little bit on the elevation here, but no large farming concentrated area. Also, with the center of the map taken up with this lake... means we have to build on the outskirts of that, and since the edge of the map is all bare like this, if I get invasions, and I almost certainly will because I've been given access to units, I'll need to be able to fight them off at a moment's notice, which means I can't even build that close to the edges. So, a bit tricky. This water gives me an advantage though. I know that I'm going to be pretty safe building in this whole area here. So I imagine the bulk of at least my plebeian houses are going to be there. I'm being asked when this game came out. The late 90s, 98 I would hazard to say. And Aristo's in saying, hey Jake as well. Well, welcome. Right, how are we going to kick this one off? I got a couple of options. I could start building near the sea here. Or I could start building up here. It's a nice little area that I can generate food, and it also has the entry and exit points right here, so if I want to do land trading I can do it quickly. I'll need to decide what's going to be most lucrative. Looking at it, Carthagenova would buy furniture from me, which looks extremely useful, but Volubus would buy oil, also extremely useful. Damn, both are good. But Valencia would buy wine and weapons down the route. Wine and weapons are the big money maker, so I am going to go with Carthagenova, I dare say. Which means down here I'll want to get my furniture and potentially even my clay business on the go, And with this availability of rock right here, I'll be able to get the old iron mines operational. I do have access to marble. It appears that Valencia will sell it to me. That's good. In terms of foodstuffs, we got wheat, vegetables. We can grow olives and vines for trade goods. This is all pretty good. Clay, iron, timber, all the workshops. Now, the real struggle that I have on this map is that I only have access to the theatre and the amphitheatre. Why is that a real problem? Well, when you have a prosperity requirement of 83, you know you're going to need patricians. And with absolute perfect coverage of theatres and amphitheatres, I'll be able to just barely have small villas. So that's going to be incredibly tight. I can't even remember how many people one theatre can entertain, let alone amphitheatres. I think amphitheatre's 800, theatre would make sense if it was 500. So, we'll get this going. Build near as possible to that lovely, entirely harmless looking lake. What could go wrong? Well, the irony is that I will be building very close to this. First of all then, and let's be very wary that we have almost no money, let's clear away this stuff, so I got some building area to work with. And I think, well, I, at a glance, only have 3 areas that I can build a dock. That's 1, that's 2, that is 3. I will take the Lagom approach here, go right down the middle. Not because I'm being centrist here, but because this one is a bit too dangerously close to the flank. If I get an early invasion here, that would scupper me, and scupper me good. So I will need a dock here. I'll just build it because I know I'm going to need it. And I'm going to open up that trade route because I know I'll need that as well. Carthago Nova buying my furniture, that'll be what gets us going, so to speak. So now I need to set up something that primarily gets that furniture flowing. If they'll buy 30, that sounds like I can do with 1, 2, 3, 4 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. And since I know I want these pretty lickety-spit, I will build them lickety-spit. And this will essentially be where the industry happens for my fledgling colony here. What do we have? I wanted to run out a bit more than that because I'll probably need some iron stuff going here. And 1, 2, 1, 2. Great, we can work with this down the line. Now, they're going to need access to labour and such. How about I have my whole labour market? Ooh, kind of torn for choice here. I've got access to all the food here, but... Alright, let's just make something and see what sticks. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm just pulling a shape out of my rear end here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That will surely be enough. And I'll need a touch of industry going on here as well, some farming and stuff. So how about we have a granary set up here. Oh, that's a lot of money that I don't want to spend right now, but we're spending it anyway. And that means I'm going to have to do a bunch of farming and stuff around here. Fair dues. This might not be the figure of 8 that I want it to be, all things considered. I don't know how my farms are going to set up here. Okay, it's definitely not going to be what I want it to be, but so be it. I think I can worry about the farming and stuff later on. Okay, how about then we do it this way, because I still like using my figures of 8, so it gives me a lot of control over what my my beloved walkers do. One, 2, 3. Will I be able to put any farms along here? Well, 1 is better than none. It would pretty much just be 1 anyway. No, I reckon we can do better than that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The early stuff might look a bit dull here. I can forgive you for thinking that. There we go. That'll at least get us going. Now, I will need to use up some of this amazing farming space for my warehouses. I need to keep them as close to here as possible. That'll do. And I'm going to need a lot of people living here. Also, what wage am I paying myself? What am I paying here? I'm worrying already about what Pepper is laughing to themselves about with my placement. It could be that this is exactly where the earthquake's going to hit in pretty much no time. I do hate using gatehouses internally, but I'm going to do it anyway. And we'll get some houses going right here. Should be enough to get us going to begin with, at least. Now I need some typical things to start us off. A couple of engineer posts will go a long way, and a few prefectures will go a long way. I'm being told I can't trade properly. Well, fair dues to that. Prefectures, a 1, a 2. Hell, make it a 3. Can't be too careful in the early game here. I will need a doctor set up so people don't get too sick. And I will also need the temples, of course. Oh, not large. What? I only have access to large temple. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ. I have to open up trade with Valencia pretty quick for that one. Oh Christ, okay, that's difficult. Well, I need to get money flowing pretty quickly then. Okay. Christ can't hear you, there's no temple placed yet. Oh well, then I can swear all I want then. Right, I need people in here, and I need them in here now, because this is extremely concerning. Hope this will be enough people for all the everything I've set up here. It might not. Let's get more going anyway. On you come. Those gods are going to be so unhappy. I think it's of vital importance that I keep, damn, both Mars and Mercury, both Mars and Neptune. If Neptune starts getting moody, I'll throw him a festival, because I can't afford to have a storm getting rid of my trade. Pompei doesn't do small gods, says Wouter. Man, large temples cost 2 truckloads of marble. And marble is hella expensive, and I can't make it locally. That's a problem. Oh well, come on, I need these employees, and I need them now. Fire risk is splendidly low, is what I would be saying if they would actually march over here. There we go, that's still a bit concerning. Alright, let's make sure there are no taxes so nobody gets unhappy. It's not like I could make any money off them right now anyway. And let's make sure you are accepting furniture and only furniture for now. If the people at Pompei had the power of an oracle, none of this would have happened. Yeah, oracle would save the day here, no doubt about that. I need people. I need quite a lot of people. Let's just bring them in as fast as we can. Employees needed, of course they are. Once I have enough employees, which I don't yet, but soon will. Oh, crowds. Rome needs my wood. Rome's not going to get my wood. I have far larger problems right now. Let's give it another 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm almost certainly about to fall into debt at this rate, but that's okay. A little bit of debt will go a long way if I can just get the money flowing with these, with this furniture. You know, I could also get the clay business going, although it would eat up my valuable land for getting food going, and I will need food eventually. Hell, I could get food now. Wouldn't be that much of a big deal for me. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll feed at least a few people for now. Goodbye money.
You got through those funds quickly. Try to make these new funds last longer.
Well, you gave me 4,000 denarii, expensive trade routes, and I needed marble at the very start. Those gods are pretty peeved, particularly Neptune there. Let's have a large festival for Neptune so he doesn't blitz the sailboats that are going to come in. And let's make sure that we have furniture set to export everything. And I need to open up that trade route to get marble real soon. Ceres destroys all my crops because she's not happy with me. She's going to give me an even bigger bad very soon. Alright, great. We have some... Oh dear. Well, on the plus side, they bought 3 units of my furniture before they decided to die. That's about as good as the plus sides get. Okay, I need that marble, even though it's abusively expensive. I think we'll just risk the wrath of Caesar and go further into debt for this. Oh man, but he gets really angry if you don't pay off your debts. I just need a bit more money. But now, now this is gone also. Mercury will probably get really angry and destroy my granary and or my warehouse. Nobody forced you to build so many houses and workshops to start with, Jake. I think the gods still get mad even at low populations. Well, there we go. Okay, Mercury just got rid of all my food, but at least he didn't get rid of all of my my furniture. At least the furniture will pile up, and if I can ship out 12 of them, I should be rich enough to start trading with the Marble Man. Whew. Look on the bright side, Jake. That's surely the worst thing that could happen to you. It's all smooth sailing from here. And Neptune's curse is the worst in the game, in my view. Ah, okay. They're back. They're buying my goodies. Great. I want them to buy more of my goodies, but that'll have to do there. Screw it. I don't have time. I need to get these gods on my side. Let's open up a trade route and import that marble. And then as soon as we can, we put it to use.
My governors think money grows on trees.
Yeah. Also, I can't set my salary to lower than 0, so Caesar's always going to be a bit unhappy with me. Oh, we're in the black. 1 whole denarii.
Another successful voyage. The profit from this place makes the seasickness bearable. The dockers are taking our goods to the warehouse now.
Please give me that marble. That's 1. I need a bit more than 1. There we go. Goodbye, money. Now, who do we make happy first? Who's the most important? Neptune's pretty important. Mars, exceptionally important, though. Let's go for Mars for now. We'll just slap him down right there. This is going to be an ugly place to live anyway. And then as soon as I get another 2 units, which I just got, we'll have another one for Neptune, because he is just savage. I would like to put it there if there's no possibility of farming. If there is not. So Neptune there. Smile swiftly if you so dare. You have no military assets, but Mars will not be so lightly insulted. Alright, oh god, my money is just going and going fast. Let's keep Mercury relatively happy so he doesn't piddle on top of all my trade goods. Then it's Ceres and Venus, in that order. We can slap down Ceres right about here. And then one for Venus, and good lord, look at that amount of debt that I have. I hate debt! I hate debt so much. Great, that'll do us tight for a while. No more importing of that. Venus, where do we want to show our love for Venus? I'm still thinking. Needs to be operational or else it doesn't really do anything, but if I put it here, that might actually work pretty well. How about there even? Yeah, I'm going to slap it right there. And I'm going to give it a wee road right there. It should get access to... well, it should at least try to get access to a bit of labour. There we go. And it'll still get protection by from fires and such. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Now I need to drag my ass out of debt by any means necessary. We're short on employees though. I'd actually like to give people some proper everything. Think, Jake. Use that head ears and think. What do you do now? Food and wells, or no? Money is the prime importance here. Let's give some people some wells, even though wells suck. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I know. 1, 2, 1, 2. Boom. And some markets to keep everybody fed one way or another. Okay, let's see if that works. Jake, gotta spend money to make money, or in this case, gotta spend money to prevent the gods from destroying you. That's exactly it. But now the gods... oh man, Venus and Ceres are not pleased with me. They're quite the opposite of pleased with me. Venus casts a black cloud of despair over your city. That's why people are annoyed with me. However, my no taxes should hopefully let them see the light. I still have a couple units of marble that I didn't really want. Maybe I was still importing them. Right, we have people coming in. That should mean the jobs are there. People are eating, which is kind of good. Uh-oh. They sent the pestilence and plague. And now there'll be no more food production. I guess our people aren't eating after all.
The larders are empty. The people are starving. What am I supposed to sell?
Yes, they are starving. What a shame. Now, I just need to desperately make some money, and there are ways to make more money.
If it was up to me, I wouldn't sail this way. This city never buys anything or sells anything.
You make an excellent point there. You buy weapons. Weapons are always worth decent money. So, I'm going to... oh man, I don't want to waste all my money. Well, the money that I don't have. We're in July, and already my favour is tanking, and it's going to tank even more because I'm not giving Caesar the timber that he wants. I'll probably be able to claw my way out of debt a bit faster. How are we doing for spare workers? I have some, and I'll certainly have a few more later on. So let's at least erect a couple of iron mines. Have 4 weapon workshops. 1, 2, 3, 4. You now accept weapons, because I don't want to have to build a second one. And the weapons shall be sold. And perhaps used to make an army that I need to defeat Caesar when he invades me. Since I don't want my employees working here when there's no food actually being when there's no food being made, but we're short on it. We have an abundance of employees anyway. There we go. Phew. Well, this hasn't gone particularly to plan thus far, but we're holding.
I can't wait to do some trading here. I love a good deal.
Pushing carts all day really takes a toll on you.
Dockers are collecting some goods we're buying from a warehouse. The dockers are taking our goods to the warehouse now. Another successful voyage. The profit from this place makes the seasickness bearable.
No crime round here, boss.
Well, at least they're not revolting on me, but I need more money. I desperately need a whole lot more money. So I want all these bits of furniture on my way. The gods are calming down a fair bit. In fact, they're downright delighted at this point. But having some weapons flowing will go a long way as well. Barely surviving, right? I feel like it would be prudent to get my army going, but I desperately need to dig myself out of debt. Another iron mine is tempting. Hell, I could build another 2 right here. Let's see, they're by 40 weapons, so I could actually build another 2 and 2. How are we looking on workers? I have a scratch of unemployment, and there'll still be some more because people are coming in. So, despite the cost, let's build 4 more weapon workshops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Makes this incredibly unpleasant to live near, but what you gonna do? Here, have a well and calm down. Uh-oh. Now he wants my furniture after demanding my wood. On the plus side, food is flowing again. Should be enough to keep my population fed for now. Although I would like more produced. Come on, get that furniture flowing. I don't want Caesar to do his patented goblet smash attack. Come on, we got the furniture now. The furniture to dig us out of debt. We just need the ship to arrive. Otherwise, he's going to start demanding my my wine as well. Good. Oh no.
Another successful voyage.
Come back and buy more, please. Oh, it's the end of the year. He'd already reached his trade quota. I think it's time for some goblet smashing. Alright, there we go. They're buying the weapons, which are good. This is alright as,
Salway, the plebeians urgently need more food.
I'll give them food as soon as I have the money to deliver that food. Right, what are we looking at? We have 5 units of furniture so far, and I think that's devolution due to lack of food. Yeah, no food from the local market. That's going to hit the employment market. Good. Buy my furniture. It's like buying my bombs. Oh, thank God we're back in black. Right. I don't want to go too ham here, but my people need food. Oh, crumbs. Let's not do that. My money just vanished probably in the turn of the month. Buy my weapons. There we go. You have a small bit of leeway before Caesar starts goblet smashing. Okay, there we go. I'll take that. I'll take that and run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not going to feed 1 billion people, but it should feed my little penal colony here at least. Alright, now that we have something resembling stability, let's look towards what Caesar wanted. He wanted my wood. Can't blame him too much for that. I'll set up a warehouse here that accepts only wood. And I'll set it to stockpile. Shouldn't be any long-term damage from this. Hell, I got 4 of these going anyway. I just hope they can produce it fast enough. How long do I have? 6 months for 10. I don't think so. Probably not going to be fast enough. It'll be... yeah, probably not, but I can try. Well, if they have wood piled up for me, that's all the better. Short on employees is pretty bad. That tells me I need to prioritize industry and commerce number 1. There we go. Deliver that wood for me. Deliver more wood. We only have 4 months to comply. Also, I need more people. There we go. Well, if I really need that much more in the way of people, let's make it so. I'm gonna need water here next. Try to evolve this everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a 7th. Only have 4 months. Keep it together. Ah! Furniture's just increased in price. That comes at a fortuitous time. Population coming in to work for me. Also good.
I can't wait to do some trading here. I love a good deal.
There we go. That is the boon dollar that we need. Okay, that is 9 units. And there's the 10th. So there you go, Caesar. 2 months left. I don't need to keep it on stockpile anymore. Oh, crumbs. Caesar just asked for a load of furniture and I don't want to give it to him. But he is displeased with me. I'll probably be foolish not to. But I don't want to give it to him anyway. Military build-up, Jake. Yes, we have the money, kind of, almost. I can't put any farms here, so I may as well stick my barracks here. It's far away enough from everything, right? And then I can have a military academy, but it's expensive. But it might make sense to put here anyway. Unless I wanted to have another built-up area over here just for odds and ends. I'm probably going to need that before long, truth be told. You know what? I'm sure I'm going to be swimming in money before too long, so let's just erect it. And let's have our fort. If I have one fort over here, they'll be able to react to anything that happens here. And if I have another fort here, they can react to this, and then both will be scaled up accordingly. For the start, though, let's have some javelins. This could be useful for building another kind of outpost over here. How about I have them dug into the mountain like so? Sorry, it's just a lake, right? There we go. That's going to produce a lot of undesirability nearby, but this is our industrial area anyway. Nobody ever wanted to live here. We can check that by looking at desirability and just go, yeah, no citizens want to be here. They quite like being around where the temples are, though. So isn't that nice? But it is wrong. With his influx of workers, I can take off the priority here. I have 15 unemployed workforce.
Pushing carts all day really takes a toll on ya. How am I supposed to carry on without no food?
Yeah, I wish I had more food for you, brother, but I don't. I could build up something here. Again, I hate using gatehouses for this, but it would work. Can't deny that. No, that's not what I like. Religion's pretty good. Gives me a good view for where the roads can be drawn quite nicely. Right, so if I do this, I can smash down some farms here. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to leave a bit of space here because I have a strong suspicion I'm going to want a second warehouse right here. Because by sea we can sell furniture, wine, weapons and clay. That wine could be eternally useful. I'm gonna have you set up for weapons, not the other guy. That should be good. Wine's a bit of a struggle. I might just avoid selling wine. All those weapons should be plenty on their own. However, it's not a huge investment to ship out wine, is it? No, it's really not. Alright, let's sell some wine then. Two of you. And then... this is a waste. I could do better than this. One, two. Like so. And we have workshop for wine, 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 wine. Of course, we need an engineer post here to take care of all of the everything, and a prefect as well. If he goes up here and around, then it's all good. Nothing here should be that threatened anyway. Denari's not looking so hot, so let's call Canny a bit. Also, this will be good if Caesar demands any wine, and knowing how much goblet smashing he does, he probably will. How much time do I have to deliver Caesar's ridiculous amount of furniture? Alright, I'm gonna sell some first so I can turbo inject my economy. It certainly needs it. I'm short on employees yet again. So how do I turbo inject the economy? With a bit of drinking water goes a long way. Frankly, it looks a bit in danger where it is, but that'll have to do. And we can see how far the water goes. Any idea for a second food source, Jake? This'll do me good for 1, 2, 3, a good 3,000 people here. I'm not sure I'll get 3,000 with such a small living area, but 3,000. The population requirement here is 7,000, so I would have to set up a second colony. I'm thinking here, 2 good food sources here. Well, good is maybe pushing it. And plebeians will probably, no, my patricians will probably live around here. Food sources right there. I come to think of it, do they need anything that I import? No, I produce clay and furniture and wine and the other stuff. But getting pottery up here will be tricky. Well, patricians go here or here. The point is I have space for people to live. From my point of view, at least. I haven't really set up anything for the amenities that they'll want or need. So about that water, it goes thus far. I would like to have another reservoir right here. And I can feed it with water from there. Let's not go back in debt now. How's the water looking then? Ooh, close. In fact, that's just close enough for everything that I need. It should be close enough. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, screw it, that'll do there. That's a bit inefficient with the water fountains. Surely there's a better way to do it, and I don't think it even covers everyone, but that'll do for now. These people hate being here. I'm going to plaza it up. I mean, they've got farms on one side, and they don't have the luxury of all these temples on another, so that'll do them. Anything that's small and crappy, I'm just going to wipe out, because all of this is going to become large insulae in due time. All in due time. There's going to be a lot of reshuffling of this down the line. I'm so decadent, I'm going to throw down a couple of small statues, actually. This means that the wells, which are undesirable to live next to anyway, can be decommissioned. And there we go, some small statues to keep everyone a bit happier. There we go. Does Jake also play Pharaoh? Of the Walker City Builder games, I only play Caesar. It's the only one that truly captivates me. Pharaoh is better mechanically, but I don't like being set in a sand pit. He's getting impatient about his furniture. I'd love to indulge him, but I'd also love to not. That said, I think the sooner we get it, the more that we did not pay our tribute in this reduced favor. You know what, we have other exports. Let's stockpile furniture just so we can deal with his request and kill and keep moving. I can also start taxing my populace, so I will. No good reason not to at this point. I also don't need 3. I don't need 3 of you. Really, just 1 should do. However, I don't trust myself on that. We'll keep 3 for now. It's not doing any harm. My academy-trained Primal Legion is primed and ready to go. And I could probably set up a... I don't think I'll use this land for farming at all. I mean, look at it, it's way too out of the way, and it's too close to a dangerous edge. So I shall erect a mounted unit here once this one's full. Let's face it, I'll never remember that, so let's prepare it now. And make sure that there are routes through this water. Tax rate of 8%. That's enough for people to stay neutral there. They don't go down or up in city mood based on that. But to counter set it, I will increase wages by 2 above Rome's. That gives me a +2 to city mood. And I get another +1 due to being fed. Actually, frankly, I could tax a lot harder than that. I could tax to 14% and feel good about myself. So I will.
The dockers are taking our goods to the warehouse now.
I might face a bit of a choke point here, because even that is too far for my people to walk. What I could do is change that warehouse location with this farm's location. Or might even better to change it with this farm's location. Yeah, that's a good idea. That is not far to go for goods. It's half as far as that. You're empty, right? Do it now, because otherwise I'll just forget. Warehouse there. Farm here. And this warehouse accepts wine and weapons. What a combination. I do have access to legionnaires, and I have the weapons to erect them, so I will probably have legionnaires. Alright, that money is not looking too hot, but we're in an alright place, I dare say. You're gonna devolve because you got no water, so... Oh, right, there's a well there keeping you operational. Well, I cannot approve of that. I don't want shacks in my beautiful city. That's a shack, but only due to lack of desirability. Wait, what? Improve the place. You got a massive temple and a statue next to you. How can you be unhappy? I'm genuinely surprised at that one. All right, he's displeased with me now. God, it's hard to impress the big cheese here. Still, we will export our furniture. We'll keep 4 on the back burner. Weapons will also keep 4 on the back burner, and same with wine. I just like having a bit of leeway. No, that is stupid. That is just me being stupid. I always feel better having a buffer. I do that way too much in Factorio as well. I mean, I don't need to have 30,000 efficiency module type 2s. Hell, you don't even need one of those in this game, but I do. Alright, my loyalty will apparently not be forgotten, and that gave me a staggering 3 favor. That's a bit of a joke, but what can I do? It's also worth remembering that I'm on a timer here, and about 20% of that timer, 15% of it's gone. Prosperity is rising, good for me, but it's going to be a very low cap with these. It's going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 with just small hovels like that. So I should look towards advancing them. Question is to where and how. They're going to need pottery down the line. And yeah, I got good access to pottery right here, so I'm going to use this for it. Unfortunately, this is where I need my workshop space again. No, I can set it here and be relatively okay with it. How are we doing on workers? Unemployment? Well, why didn't you say so? Get to work down my mines. Pottery workshop. That's being undesirable for my people if I put it there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. And they should slap it over here. I know that's a bit of a distance to go. Bite me. Then people will have access to everything apart from oil. And they'll still want that oil, but we'll get it to them eventually. Great, we're selling all that stuff that I need. And look, it's very quick for them to access that warehouse. Far faster than going all the way around here.
Dockers are collecting some goods we're buying from a warehouse.
So this is good. I have tax income and trade income from 3 different goods. And the 3 different goods that I trade are all fairly expensive. So I feel pretty confident about where I am right now. The army is being erected. We have 1 full legion ready to roll. And food woes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'll be able to comfortably feed 3,500 people here. However, the gods are becoming less than pleased. One of these large temples is good enough to keep 1,500 people worth of god happiness, which means very soon I'm going to need to bring in even more. Oh well, what can you do? This is what I'll make another area here for. It'll have temples and all that crumb. All that crumb? What am I trying to say here? Basically something's gonna go on here, we're just not entirely sure what. 1, 2, no, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I don't have access to defensive towers and the like, or walls, so maybe there won't be particularly bad invasions, or maybe it's just the antithesis of Hamster's map where I had no anything. Not being able to erect actual units is a real pain. Yeah, I'll just have people here. What do I care? Who needs defense? The best defense is a good offense. Amen to that. Just like that, this became a very undesirable place to live, but that's fine. I want them to merge, if nothing else. How undesirable is it? Oh, no citizens desire to live here. Well, they don't have much choice, they're gonna have to. Alright, the food is good, the trade is good, the money is very good actually. My army could be better though, but Caesar has no outstanding requests. This is good, I'll be able to push forward with this, and my people love me, and unemployment isn't even that bad. Unemployment below 11% has no bad effect, and unemployment below 5% actually gives you +1 city mood, so good to keep that in mind. I want to build up a good stockpile of pottery so that I can quickly advance my people to medium insulae, which is a pretty fantastic level of housing. That said, there is no entertainment around here, so they're going to be stuck at small hovels for a wee bit. He is one fussy piece of work, isn't he? Okay, you are now accepting of olives. And I'm going to switch you out with an olive farm. One of you should be able to deal with that. Yeah, because I got 24 months. So I'll just have that happen, no big deal. Got 6 rabbits ready to go, this is good. I'd quite like to, even at this point, have a bunch of legionnaires ready to go. I don't honestly think I'm going to build up... Well, you know, this isn't too bad an area for building up housing, but it's so close to this and anything could spawn from there, it's too dangerous. So we shall have our legionnaires there, and a bit risky not having defenses up here, isn't it? That just means I need to build a bit inland, right? Don't care, let's just be ready. Population of 1800 means those gods are getting less and less impressed with how things are going. So I need to start importing marble again, despite that overwhelming cost. Wait, what the heck did I do there? I set clay to export. I don't intend to export clay. It's easy to make, but it's not worth a lot of money. In fact, let's get numbers on that. If I were to export clay, I would get 30 dosh for every unit I export. That's less than I get for the likes of olives, and it's on par with food. So no, better to turn your clay into pottery and either sell that or use it to advance your housing and then tax them for the privilege. I would like to remove your access to water and see if any of you merge. Any mergers? Any mergers? I think I saw one thing merge. That's good enough for me. Because if you don't merge, I don't want to know you. Wow, we got nothing but merging. This is excellent. I'll get rid of these suckers and then I'm pretty happy. So as I bring in that marble, and it's going in there, I'm going to erect another bunch of these. One for Ceres, one for Neptune, one for Mercury right here. As soon as I have that marble, come on, there we go. One of the bonuses of making large temples, or being forced to make large temples, as the case is here, is that they look good. Nothing more to it than that. They do look pretty damn awesome, don't they? And if I get that, then I can erect you. Yeah, I'll put you here. You'll still have a good effect on desirability. But that's it for marble. Hopefully Caesar doesn't demand any from me. Caesar told you how amazing and prosperous the land is. He expects a lot from you, says Pepper. Go figure. Caesar's just full of it. Full of good tidings, right? This is fine. I don't need to loop it round just yet. For all I know, I'm going to want it to extend on further. But I do know that I need to defend my lands here. Actually, I will probably want to build another javelin unit right here. But they're nowhere near filled up. It'd be a bit of a waste to do that. Oh, I love the sound of these guys. Wins me all the Russian viewers, don't you know? Okay, we have pottery, we have a decent amount of food. I think it's high time we pushed ourselves up to small insulae, which will invariably reach it'll invariably reach medium insulae, I think. So I need you, and I need... there's actually a bunch of stuff I need, and I don't have much space for it. Well, we'll just have to make do. If things have to get deleted, then things have to get deleted. But for this, I need my gladiatorial combat. I haven't left myself particularly good spaces to do this kind of thing. And I don't want to block this area off like that. Well, no, I got good space for a gladiator school and actor colony over here. That'll keep them satisfied. And a single library should do the trick for entertainment, education, all the way up to medium insulae. They'll need a bathhouse as well, but I'll wait until they have access to pottery before I unleash that upon them. And I will unleash it anywhere, it doesn't really matter. I guess. Ooh. Nice. Loads of people. I would like to put it right here, but I don't actually have water reaching that far, so that's out of the question. Do 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 do. Tell you what, we have people that don't merge here, and I don't tolerate people that don't merge. Jake, do you design the cities more on practicality or looks first? In Caesar, more on practicality. Especially on something like this, where I'm on a timer. I was given very scant resources to begin with. I did not have the luxury of designing completely for looks. But I do have enough luxury to do what I want to a degree here. I'm curious if these guys are working to maximum efficiency or not. Just. You are just okay. Yeah, we're good. We are very good. Alright, so look at these guys. They're all clearly small casas. And they're not evolving because they don't have a bathhouse. But I want to make sure they have pottery first. And that the markets have good amounts of pottery. Yes, they do. So what I do is I pop down the bathhouse and then watch them all evolve up to probably small insulae. Okay, so... Ooh. Well, that is good news. The price of oil has gone up, but Caesar wants some oil. He wants quite a lot of oil, actually. 20 of it. He's given me time. What a generous sod. 20 oil, huh? I think I can do that. I can do that by erecting you, and I will say that I'm stockpiling olives until I give him the olives that he wants, and then we're good to go. Alright, I'll take it. This grain farm is a bit inefficient, it has a bit of downtime, but that's okay. And it is so undesirable living next to all this industry, so I shall plaza them up a bit. Actually, we're looking pretty good. I'll plaza up the whole damn area. And there we go. There's a small insula that I want. They need furniture to advance further. And furniture I shall provide. People are very pleased with me, but that's not loving me. So I'm going to boost up taxes, boost up wages. I would like to boost up taxes. Maybe I will. How's the unemployment? So, okay, I won't boost up taxes beyond 14 for now. So about that furniture, I am going to hold 8 so that we are so they're actually able to give these guys the furniture they need to evolve to this, to the medium insulae. I'd rather have them as large insulae, but they will want oil for that. And I'm stockpiling oil as well. How much do I want these people to have oil, though? These people could be completely self-contained at large insulae if I just set up an oil business here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Don't really want to do that for a few reasons. I'm a bit disappointed that the bath lady isn't making the full rounds here. There we go, she is. Alright, nothing to worry about there then. How about the taxes?
Bring out the cash.
Yes, do bring out the cash. It's good, it's very good. Look at that, 53 denarii made so far in June off of this one building. So if we have a look at the Dosh situation, taxes in are catching up with trade receipts. They got a ways to go, but they're catching up. People really hate living next to the industry. Alright. Alright. This seems pretty acceptable.
Oh, it's getting a bit spooky.
Oh, apparently I have a bit of crime going on.
Salway.
This place is full of immigrants.
Oh,
This place is full of immigrants.
that Maxwell. Right. Well, I have 1x1s here, but I do want to evolve them, don't I? The question is, do I evolve everything up to large insulae now? Not yet, because I need oil, and I don't have oil set up for good amounts of production just yet. Nor do I really have the area with which to do so. I do have a lot of units finished off here. Right. Do I build a second area here? And if I do, what do I populate it with? These guys are all set to become nothing but large casas, which is great. Do I set up another large casa thing, or more of a specialized lower end tier housing? 7,000 pop requirement was too low, says Pepper. Well, remember, I've used up the best part of the map thus far. In my view, at least. The wine is unnecessary. I'm only doing it for the money. So the wine is completely necessary. Still, I will change out this wine for the oil production. This will do the oil. Yeah, that'll keep me tight. That will very much keep me tight. Da-da-da-dum. Still wanting his olives, and I almost have them ready for him. I don't want to laze away though. The money situation is good. I should put that to use. I will cap this off right here, so I can put it to use as I need later on. And then I need to start thinking about where to expand and how. The thing is, due to the requirement on prosperity, we see here 83, I can't afford to have low tier housing pretty much anywhere. Certainly nothing lower than small insulae, and even that's pushing it. I could certainly rescind the wine, but wine still makes me decent money, so I don't want to do that either. But I really want to bring these guys up and oiled. But I mean, I really don't want to cut back on the wine production. It's good money. It's damn good money. No, goodbye wine. I like you, but I desperately need to get oil business up and on the go. Workshop for oil, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Still leaving an entry and exit point there for everybody. But that should get the wine, the oil flowing at least. Concerned that I don't have a dedicated area for oil though. I could... No, I almost definitely need a warehouse set up for it. And most frustratingly... Okay, there we go. I can send off Caesar his olives. He's still displeased with me. That goes down 2 per year and there's nothing I can do about that. Stop stockpiling you. Instead I'm stockpiling oil for now until I can pay off Caesar with it. Now, I need a warehouse for oil that isn't this far away, but all of this is prime land for my farms. I want it right here, actually, just right there. Right there would be perfect. But there'll be less food. Right, so what I'll do is get rid of that and do it anyway. That's the solution, just do it anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 food farms. That's good for... I got more population than that's good for. That is unfortunate. Just to keep things comfy, because the last thing I want to do is run out of food, I'll slap down another farm here. And this should be good for us getting everybody up to large insulae here. I might even have to delete some houses due to chinks are not even all filled up. Scary stuff, I tell you. I could feed more people. I could have like one warehouse that fetches all 3 of these goods. Well, no, I could spare 2 farms, really. If I had them developed elsewhere and brought in. As in, this became a getting warehouse, but I don't like that either. Like hunger has ever stopped you before, Jake. Come now, this isn't Frostpunk. Frostpunk, I'll be satisfied with a bit of hunger. Gotta stay hungry, you know. It'll be pretty difficult to make this place desirable. But what I'll probably do is just nuke you, change the location of this prefecture to there, actually. There does it, and I'm going to put another one there because I'm paranoid. And then we'll be good. And whilst you are accepting oil, we're still stockpiling it. Good, this is all pretty good so far. I will import more clay, more marble rather, so I'm ready to erect more temples for my people. Otherwise, I need to look at building up the second colony. And it needs to be pretty similar to this, except I don't need lots of industry to make money, because the money is flowing in at this point. I want another couple of forts set up, though. Where, though? This is really dangerous here and here. If I got invaded, then this place would be in grave danger. You cannot defend here. You certainly defend along all of this. But this remains undefended. And I don't like that. It's more than 1 trade routes, Jake. Yeah, I know. There are 2 more by land that I could get. And let me look. They buy timber, veggies, oil, and pottery. The fact that they buy oil and pottery could be useful to me, but the money is looking good at this point, so I don't need to concern myself with it too much. Right, how about all this? Decent farmland here. Do I put that to use? Don't want to delete all the... Ooh! For once, my town does actually look like that. Normally I look down and it's just all hovels and crap, despite it showing that in the imagery, but no, it's good here. Food's looking a bit tighter than I want it to. A damn sight tighter than I want it to. I think I have too many houses here. I'm going to delete some right here. Man, still the crime is pretty endemic over there, and I don't know why. Okay, well, there being a tent will certainly contribute to that. Okay, unemployment is really quite high, so people are only pleased with me. But my wages are still 8 above Rome, so the nice thing to do is to lower my taxes down to 11%. I could make it 9%, that's how generous I'm feeling. I could slap another large temple down here. Tell me about that Venus temple. No, I probably need it for the desirability around here. And there's another medium insulae there. Okay. It's not the best use of my space, but I think for the purpose of my place looking nice, I should have Ceres and Neptune looking good around here. I mean, this is where I have my ships and my crops. I'll just throw a hearty one down for the other 3. Don't like having them here, but what you gonna do? What part of a Caesar 3 city do you find the most aesthetically pleasing? Asks Silly Idea. I like a really well-placed and efficient industry. No, basically a whole dockyard that works efficiently and is properly arranged. That looks really nice. This does not look really nice. But something like 2 dockyards, well-placed warehouses, and industry feeding in from different locations looks great in my view. I could probably make it look good here, but not under the pressure that I am. Still, I do need to build up here. I need to stop talking about it and start doing it. I think if I have legionnaires here, they can go in all directions pretty swiftly. What if I had 2 bunches of legionnaires here? They'd be pretty swole and deal with anything around here. Yeah, sure. Takes a while for them to flesh out though, so how about no? Javelins and legionnaires. Alright. Colony number 2. This is too dangerous, right? If anybody invades there and breaks stuff down, I'm in trouble. Part of my concern is this peace rating. I need massive amounts of peace, and if I get attacked, it's going to drive it down very sharply. That peace requirement ensures that I am going to be in this map for quite some time. Farms here, people living here. It's so dangerous though, I can't really build close to the edge. That is pretty dangerous. This might end up actually being where I want to build more houses, because I can do it around here. The water naturally defends you a little bit. Wheat becomes worth more. I don't know what impact that has on me whatsoever. Cute, I can get a little bridge there, so I will. Little bridges are cute. Actually, knowing that I can get a little bridge there is pretty awesome. It means I can have a little loop-de-loop here. Okay, we'll make this happen then. This will be our next plebeian area. Shall we? What'll we do though? I was hoping there'd be a nice way that I could fit something in here, but I'm not seeing it. I could fit 1 building in there, whilst still looping my way around. Otherwise this stuff kinda gets wasted, sadly. Unless I have another housing area here, but I'd rather have my housing area here. It's further inland and more safe. It's kinda hard to design when you don't know just how much good land you have to work with. And the river's not making it much easier either. You know, we haven't looked at this from different angles, have we? Kinda makes it look flatter this way. Oh, my whole city looks a lot prettier when you look at it from this angle. If you ignore the tents, which of course we will. Right. Ever the Caesar, he wants my iron now. I don't really have iron for you. Oh yeah, I set this up for timber, never really put it to use, did I? Okay, you now accept iron, and I am now stockpiling iron. Easy decision to make. Where'd all my money go? I'm gonna lower this amount because the all the marble's getting in the way here. What I should probably have you do is get that marble so it's not getting in the way of all this stuff. And I'll have you empty wherever possible so that we get that marble over to here. I know I'm not building this up because I haven't figured it out in my head. This is not a lot of room to make a decent amount of food for my people. I wonder if that'll work. It's a big loop. It might not. Well, you know what? That could do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is not enough food. Not by a long shot. Let's get more ambitious here. Let's do what Cao Cao would do. How is that Total War 3 Kingdoms, by the way? Surely we have people around here that have been playing that. I would be gobsmacked if we did not. Oh, that isn't very good. That's just 2. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That should be just barely enough, actually. And what I can do is stick the granary here. That's not usually how I do my granaries, but I can make do without a figure of 8 for once, surely. Surely it's within my power. And then what? Could I do it like so? No, I don't like that. I want it to come down a little bit, so that I can have access for labours here. And then we go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, I just have 1 in the middle for once. Not the largest area for people to live in, but it should suffice. It should suffice. Alright, let's see what we can do with this then. If I had, right, I'm sick of that one. Let's get back to tax income for when I hit spacebar. People living there. Hopefully this works out, but there's a chance it could not. And we'll just get people living up here and living up here. God, I love this game. That farm next to your granary is not connected to the road. Oh, good catch. Good catch. I had intended to make it so, but I didn't end up doing so. Also, I see this one isn't connected, even though I intended for it to be. No particularly good way to do that. I have to do it that way, and I really don't want to have to do it that way. And the farm doesn't work there either. Tell you, the farm placement here is a bit brutal. Ah, but this works. There we go. There, and I think that made it a bit more efficient as well. Good, everyone should be connected now. What do we need? I'm going to put an engineer on both sides, which I really do not normally do. And prefecture. 2 of them there to deal with all that, and at least 1 of you there. I'll put a second one down because I'm paranoid. And of course, doctor access for you guys. That should do us for a little while. Hey Jake says, Dar you Shra Gauzi. YouTube Scrub here, finally get to catch one of your streams. Well, lucky you, it's a Caesar 3 stream. This game's pretty great. Lack of food's really burning everybody down here, but I do need some people here to give access to labor. Well, you know what? I think I have too many people and it's hurting the access to food anyway, so I'll make that happen. And then I got more space for patronizing the gods. Yeah, access to goods from the marketplaces is really starting to burn. I wonder if the market ladies don't make good enough rounds anymore. I can slap in a few more just for a laugh. Because, I mean, look at all that pottery. We definitely have it. Now, this is the concern at the moment. I want to have people merge as best they can. If they can, please do. I kind of need them to merge. That's one at least. And now they don't actually have access to water, even if I put it there, but I can do other things. Right, boss can get his iron, great. And I don't have to keep stockpiling it, which means our weapon industry can continue. I feel like I'm making less money after cutting down on the wine, which is a shame. Let's get rid of the wineries since they're not doing anything for us. Those land trade routes might be good for me after all. Vegetables, timber, oil and pottery. Just a little setup here for oil would probably go a long way in terms of making money. And vegetables. You know, I could burn it down when it's no longer useful for me. Oil and veggies. Let's open it up for starters. Who buys my oil and veggies? It's Volubus 1500. So it's a bit of an investment, but I think it's worthwhile. So what I'm going to do is, how many veggies? 4,000. So 5 of you will do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is going to be super ugly. I don't care that much. And oil as well. Okay, 4 of these will do. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a lot of workshops actually. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8, and a couple of warehouses. A 1 and a 2. One of them takes all the veggies. One of them takes all the oil, and I will have to open up the other one because I mucked up which one's which here. So you accept oil, you accept veggies, and I ship out both. Well, once I'm not stockpiling them anymore, that is. How about labor, you might cry out and say, and I agree. Hopefully I get a merger. Okay, hopefully I get a merger right there. That's all I'm going to be banking on. Otherwise, they need engineering, they need prefecturing, and the impact on my prosperity is relatively low if it's just a wee one like this.
Bah, I don't know why I bother with this route. They don't buy anything or have anything they want to sell me.
Man, it hurts hearing Lucky so disappointed. Oh boy. A distant Roman city is threatened. It is defenseless. You're the only one that can help. Dispatch a relief force. It's a small force in 24 months. How small is small? I think I'll send out the snakes with the... Man, I don't have another full one. I don't want to send out Primal Legion and the snakes. It leaves this entire area undefended, but the horses can react pretty quickly. Alright, I'll do exactly that then. The snakes and Prima should be able to hold it off. The snakes are academy trained legionnaires, so they count for 30, 40 something. And I think small forces under 50, so... Both of you are on Empire service, and away you go. But yeah, my defenses are impacted by... Wait, what? Oh, shoot. I sent the wrong ones. Oh, shoot. Oh well. Maybe they'll meet with disaster. Right, I need to focus on building this up though. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep them watered, and then to keep them fed, and then just carry on with ourselves. Nice thing about the area that I have here is I should be able to produce plenty of pottery for my guys here. With a couple of clay pits there and a few pottery barns set up. Should have everything we need, right? I do have access to a little bit of furniture there if I feel so inclined, and I might. One, 2, 3, 4. And a warehouse right there for pottery. Hurts hearing Lucky disappointed, isn't that when you rewatch the Mario race? Oh, I do that every month. And it's worth it every time. Alright, when it comes to the other goods, I can have a little setup here that produces them and a getting warehouse for it. That's no big deal. These guys did not merge. I am incredibly disappointed, but I can find another place for them to merge. Surely they will merge somewhere here. Hell, maybe they'll both merge and then I'll have even fewer worries. But this needs to be an oil workshop then. Okay, one of them merged, that's good enough for me. The other one, oh, they both merged. Well, I'll leave them to it then. Rome is pretty happy with what I did. I'll give them a... I was going to say I'll give them access to a well, but where would I even put the well? I don't... Yeah, well only has a range of 2. Yeah, you know what, actually that works, doesn't it? And I make some small tents, large tents rather, so they don't impact too badly on my prosperity. That's very acceptable. Now let's get these people fed, come on. They probably hate where they live, but that's okay. Will you be streaming long into the night, asks Traffico, and I have no intention to. I would like to go to bed at a reasonable hour. These people need access to religion, so I shall tear down the furthest away most useless temple here, that is Venus. And smack her right there. Bit unsatisfied with how these people stall out. Oh yeah, because they need a school. That's going to be a big change for them. Pretty big change, but they have access to everything else they need. I don't see a reason not to school them. Really don't see a reason not to school them. Where would I put the school though? One here and one there. Best if there are non-mergers that could make that happen, like you. And then we'll see how far the school children don't get. Education, school. What do you do? School children have the lowest range out of anybody in the game, so I don't expect them to work a miracle here. Okay, right, so we'll need another school here, no ifs or buts. And I think we're overdoing it on the marketplaces, so I'll tear down one of them and throw down a school. Now all they need is a barber, and a barber is easy to give because it's a single 1-by-1 building. So it's just a case of asking myself, where do I have a spare 1-by-1? And the answer is right here. You know, my money doesn't look so good right now. The hell have I been building that costs so much money? I guess all of this. Still though, I can get rid of all this oil of mine. Off you go. And then I can trade away oil. Anything more than 12 units should do. That should keep Caesar happy and we're all good. Lack of furniture is really burning me though. Oh yeah, wages are going up as well. Rampant inflation, how dare they. Let's try and hold on to a little bit more furniture this time around. I still sell off my weapons. We're good. Not doing anything stupid like stockpiling anything, no, but I'm not selling my vegetables yet. Let's open up the trade route that actually buys them. And then go, yes, please sell every last vegetable we have. And then we should be good on making money a bit more again.
I've been thrown out of my home. I've got nowhere to live.
Makes my day every day. There we go, selling off vegetables. They don't make tons of money.
Ooh, I love coming here. Business is going very well.
That's just selling 8 cartloads of vegetables, but that made me the guts of 300 ducats, so I'll take it.
I reckon it'd be quicker to push these goods to Rome than where I'm going.
So much complaining going on in my area here.
Ain't no place for the slot, ain't.
Hang on, why are you not... Oh crap, I told that warehouse to empty, but I didn't tell it to unempty, so it hasn't been accepting furniture. That's why I've not been making money for a while. Glad I caught that before I went into the black. It also explains why all these guys devolved. I simply assumed it was because I wasn't... I was selling all my furniture. But no. Now we should see a big evolution here. Evolution into large insulae, which is very useful for me. Good. And we have to do a bit of gardening here to ensure that they all come together properly. And weaponry is now going to make me more money as well. This is all particularly good news. Gonna erect a couple of statues next to these guys because I don't like how undesirable it is where they live. I don't blame them. Gatehouses are not desirable neighbors, neither is the granary, even though the granary is the source of all life. Great. Just great. Look at them grow. Is this what it's all about?
After a day of shaving and cutting hair, all I want is a nice stream, but can't have that here.
You want a nice stream? Okay, how very fitting. Still not going to happen though. I see a couple of stragglers. Trim those off, and there we go. This is more or less the end product of what this area is meant to look like. The only problem are you guys, because you don't have that school. Wait, the school's... God, Rome wants my weapons now. The school's right there. What's your problem? Let's set you to no exports over 16, so I can be sure to have those. The school children all go in one direction, which is bizarre and aggravating. I shall change the school's location with the marketplace. That cost me a lot. Moving markets is never good, but hopefully the school children will now go in different directions. There we go. Now everybody's up to large insulae. Perfecto. Hands off. We just leave this be. Hopefully the food situation sorts itself out here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You two are superfluous. Can I not get another farm in around here? The answer is heavens no. Shame, this lack of farming is bothersome. I would love just one more farm to keep things a bit more stable here. Food farm, that is, of course. And I see my opportunity knocking. I'm going to remove you and shift you out. This wheat farm will not work at 100% capacity because it's too far from the granary. However, I can move my olive farm there and have my clay pit bear with me. Bear with me. Clay pit there. Man, it is expensive shoving things around. Anno did that considerably better. But Anno also came 20 years later, so swings and roundabouts.
If it was up to me, I wouldn't sail this way.
Why are they so mad? I could also do with moving you, but I need you close enough to these, so I have to be a bit of a beggar on that front. Okay, we're looking fine. We're looking not too shabby at all, actually. These guys are up to the level that I want them to be, so I shall start taxing them, of course. Because what is money without more money to accompany it? And we actually have defenses on all points, including legionnaires, so we're in an alright place for defense as well. How are we looking at for prosperity? It's rising, it's the 31, that's good. Favor's alright as well. What next? You guys have the pottery, but you're going to need more than just that. I'm going to put some buildings up here so that you can have access to oil and furniture from here. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's good. Little terrified about any invasions that could happen here. I'm more than just a little terrified. I am really very terrified. But we got to take risks. Oh yeah, I didn't even think very much about where the timber yard's going to go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, well, there you go. A couple of olive farms as well. 1, 2. Yeah, I don't like that. Don't like that at all. Oh, there you go. And then it's workshops for 2 for oil. 1, 2. No, 4 for oil. 1, 2, and similarly for furniture. 1, 2, 3, 4. They need their own engineering and their own prefecturing. And they need 2 warehouses. Warehouses that you can get to. Makes a bit of sense. Yeah, 1 for furniture, 1 for oil, and I have a getting warehouse for both. One, 2. I mean, hopefully they get it from you. They could go elsewhere for it. They could go down here, but this is closer as the crow flies, which tends to be what they care about. Mind you, it still needs to build up first, doesn't it? Well, with that in mind, let's just...
Unemployment is so high, my wife's even stopped throwing hissy fits about getting me a new job.
Of course she has. Right, this setup looks perfectly adequate. I'm gonna see where I can get mergers as well. These all merge very nicely. If it doesn't merge, I'm really not interested in it unless it's in a particularly good area. For example, these guys aren't merging, but they're between 2 that do merge, so it's not of concern. Also, welcome to the family, Andonkulashin69. I don't get what's up with all the weird names, but there's a lot of things I don't get. Can slap down a nice little fountain here to keep everybody moisturized. And we have the weapons to hand over to the big cheese. So there you go. And I can still say exports over 16. I don't think there's any big deal with that. Yeah, it's fine. Good. There we go. See the sweet farm? It's full, it's full, it's full, it's still full. And now he unloads it. So I'd say that wheat farm's working at something like 75% capacity. Anytime that it's sitting there full and not being taken away to the granary is wasting my time and efficiency. But that's okay. I think the food situation's fine enough for these guys. It's just going to take a while to balance out. Rome is happy for getting those weapons off of me. Excellent, 54. And the money situation just looks gorgeous. Thanks to Lucky here coming in buying up all my veggies.
A good day to you. Can I interest you in some top quality goods?
Potentially. Why is nobody buying the oil here? You're meant to buy oil and yet you're not. Exports over 12. I certainly have over 12. Perhaps he had already bought them all? No, that wouldn't make sense. There we go, he's buying them up now.
A good day to you. Can I interest you in some top quality goods?
Let's keep ourselves above inflation with our wages. Unemployment's a bit yeah, but that's okay. And let's throw down these and these. Hopefully I get more mergers there as well, but there's no guarantees. I'll delete the ones that don't happen. These non-merged buildings are making my eyes bleed. Yeah, they certainly improved this in later iterations where houses just took up 2x2 space and then evolved. The mechanics here are more, I guess they're deeper, but that doesn't mean they're more fun. And in fact, in this case, they're very much less enjoyable.
There are ever so many people looking for work here.
Well, they need to look a bit harder. It's out there. Why don't you get a job? Alright, and there we go. Can immediately see, dang, we have a lot of mergers. I'm actually going to be burning down homes that that merge perfectly well in the spirit of efficiency, of course. There we go. They come in, and yeah, wow, this is a pretty good map for mergers. But like I said, people are still going to have to go. If I had to make a guess, these two guys, in fact, all of these guys will probably end up going in some capacity. Yeah, let's just make it easier on ourselves. What do I need here now? Well, however we cut it, we're going to need some gladiatorial combat and some good acting. Anybody here watching an actor? I would assume amateur. It's bad to make assumptions though. There we go. Next up, of course, they'll need some hot librarians. And some schooling. We'll see how well that does them for a while. And that's not even talking about how much of a bath these smelly Romans need. Yes! Your relief force defeated the invading barbarians. In gratitude, Caesar sends materials and men to let you build a triumphal arch. Okay, that's something that our patricians are going to enjoy. In terms of education, the school children actually make the whole way around. This is good news. Is there a practical reason to keep the houses merged? Yes, yes there is. A merged house will use as much resources as an unmerged house when it comes to pottery and furniture. So, oh man, bad example, because none of these guys eat furniture. Okay, here we go, here we go. This is a large casa. It consumes, let's say, one piece of pottery a month. It doesn't, but let's just say it does. One pottery per month. A single 1x1 casa would also use 1 per month, but it only houses a quarter of the population, so you're getting only a quarter of the value out of the same amount of goods, so merged buildings almost always better. They also count the same towards prosperity, so one of these is the same impact on prosperity as a 2x2, and that's actually going to be weighing down my prosperity when I want it up. The details are pretty deep. I can't go into it every single stream. But yes, merged buildings pretty much always better. If there's one thing you're going to take away, let it be that. Also, how are the gods faring? They're alright. For now. Wouldn't trust them though. Let's keep them a bit happier with a new set of large temples. That's Ceres and Neptune and Mercury and a Mars and a Venus. This is costing me 150 denarii times 5 every time I build those, plus the import fees on buying this marble, which is like another, what is it, 10 cartloads of marble at 200 or so ducats each. It's expensive, that's what it is. These guys hate living next to all this farm and crap. There we go, I'll make things nicer for them. Hell, I'll even give them a large statue, that's how generous I'm feeling. Now they need furniture, but that's... oh, I never did erect this. Now I will. This gets furniture and gets oil from hopefully the place that's closest as the crow flies. Then these guys should be well on their way to becoming large in Chile as well. And then I just need to focus on my patricians, and hey, it could be game, set and match. Could be, but Pepper is full of surprises, so it could well not be. I mean, this is Pompei, nothing bad ever happened there. This is the most money I've seen you have in a C3 game for some time, Jake. Yeah, the trade is very lucrative in this map. It was a bit of a struggle early on to get it going. I don't normally dip that far into debt at the start of the game, but the fact that we could trade 3 advanced goods pretty early on helped a lot. And, you know, being able to access those without needing imports to kick them off helped out a big way as well. Pepper's crying, saying they were way too generous. Well, if you make your bed, you gotta sleep in it. I want these guys up to large insulae as soon as possible, but I need that furniture here. They're getting their oil first. They're taking a particularly queer route about it. I think I will have another one of you get both oil and furniture. I feel a bit wary about that there. This is going well. Yeah, the money situation is good. I look forward to tearing this down and erecting my patricians right at the base of the... hard to tell the elevation of this, but let's just say it's a lake. A molten lake. There we go. Go that way to get your goods. That's the plan. Distant battle. Oh, right. We are going to have an attack. Looks like it's going to come from the south. So I guess here. My units are still away on business, though. Well, hopefully my snakes will be enough to take care of that. So... figures Rome wants his wine now. We're good enough on this. So I'm actually going to kill off 2 of you, and 1, 2, 3, 4 of you, and I'm going to start farming for those vines. 1, 2, workshop for wine, 1, 2, 3, where was the 4th one that I burned down? There we go. Troublingly though, I need a warehouse for all this junk. But I can cut back on the vegetables, we have plenty of those. and just stick you there and have you accept only wine, and we're good. Months until defeat keeps ticking down though, and my peace is not ticking up quite as much as I want it to, but we will get there. We will survive. Once I get a barber, they'll be good for everything, so I'll stick the barber in there. I'll keep both the prefects, never know when they'll be fighting the last fight for the city. There we go. Oh god, that's beautiful. That is just so beautiful. Victorious soldiers marching home, everyone's super stoked, especially me. Have some more statues. There we go. That is just gorgeous. These people are unhappy because it's not that desirable to live around here, but that's nothing we can't solve with the power of statues. How's that? Now they still need to fill up a bit, but not a whole lot. Hopefully the population will survive. Nice. I could have a whole lot more buildings here, though. I'm a bit bummed that I don't have more. I'm gonna erect one here. Well, no, there makes more sense. You're closer to the desirable stuff. Anything I can do to squeeze in a few more buildings here would be well worth my time. For example, and I hate to do this, but I will, I'm gonna torch these three and build someone there and there. They will build up to large insulae, and then I'll build another couple that'll go in the middle. Just doing what I can to squeeze the number of houses up here. It's a shame because they merge really well, which means if they ever devolve, I'm gonna feel the burn. I do not like how the roads in this city do not connect, says 7 Polar. You mean how this is completely independent from this and this. True, but when you connect roads, market ladies will go hell and high water to another warehouse to pick up what they want. Same for granaries. It can introduce a lot of problems. You can design a city that that bypasses those problems, or overcomes them rather. However, that's very difficult to do when live streaming. It's certainly something that's beyond my capabilities. There we go. Get all the large insulae that I can here, and then next up I'm going to turn this into a patrician area. I shouldn't need all this food coming in anymore, although I do need that wine. Am I selling wine? I am, but it's only sold overseas, so that shouldn't be a problem, right? Yeah.
Dockers are collecting some goods we're buying from a warehouse.
I don't want to burn all this down, but I need to get my patricians fed. But Caesar needs his wine, the drunken fool. So I need to keep working on that for a bit. Right, screw the vegetables. If he needs his wine, let's fast track that. One, 2, 3, 4. This looks nice, but I feel it looks even nicer when you look at it this way. Don't like this. I hate having to bunch single types of buildings around together like that. That's why the Oracle is so good. You can disperse the need for religion across the whole city. Wait.
I've been thrown out of my home.
Did I have a mass devolution or something? It's not impossible, but I don't like the sound of that. So these guys can't evolve into Grand Insulae for... let's give you some gardens and stuff. For two reasons. One, they don't have access to two types of food. And there's no way, no how I'm shifting this out to provide 2 types of food. That would be a huge undertaking. Secondly, though, they don't have enough access to entertainment. Early on in the stream, I said a big problem was I can only build theatres and amphitheatres. The Gladiator School and the Actor Colony will feed those with entertainers. Great, so far so good. I have access to a lion house and chariot maker, but I cannot put either of them to use because I don't have a coliseum and I don't have a hippodrome. That is bad news for me. Significantly bad news. I'm tempted to just stop selling oil. I have loads of money, and these guys...
I don't know why I bother with this route. They don't buy anything or have anything they want to sell me.
These guys are just distracting me. Let's get rid of that. Hell, soon enough we'll make all our money off taxes anyway. With that in mind, I'm gonna tear down a lot of this. Unnecessary. And then it's time to start thinking patrician here. The best maps are barely possible, and Jake fails by seconds and is sad, says Dusty. God damn. Are there any maps that I've failed by seconds? I don't think I have. There are maps where I've won by seconds. If anybody remembers the earthquake that tore down my hippodrome, that one was tight. But I've seldom failed by seconds. I usually fail by overwhelming amounts because a map has just been made obscenely hard. To the point of really not being able to do blind. But I saw that. What was your problem? Wait, you lost access to your fountain? Oh no, something bad is happening here. Access to trade goods is... it's not working out here. And that's particularly bad. There we go. I'll give you a couple more marketplaces, and yeah, that's the stuff. They've all lost access to their wine, to their oil and their furniture, which is strange because it's both down here. Market ladies should just be able to go down and get them. Do not understand why that's failing, but it's pretty bad that it is. There we go. Hopefully the extra now that's gone and done something nasty. Alright, well, so be it. Hopefully a couple more marketplaces will sort this out, but this has become a very inefficient area. That's a lot of marketplaces for not that many buildings. Still, I need to turn my attention towards patricians. I need a whole bunch of small villas to pump up my prosperity. It's going to keep rising to about 65 with all these going on, but it needs to go higher. It needs to go up to 80 something, right? 83. That's a whole lot of patricians. Come to think of it, how am I meant to get 100 favor if I can't? I suppose I could pay myself a proper salary. Right, we'll get Caesar his drunken desires, and we'll carry on. There we go. Off you trot with that. Hopefully he doesn't want any more. I would, however, like to have a place that just does that. No? Okay, right, we'll just torch this and then build up some patricians around here. There'll be a lot of patricians. I hope no attacks come in here. You'll have to defend it, but I'm not filled with confidence in your abilities there. Hate to say it, but I'm saying it.
Oh, it's too cheap.
What?
Oh, it's getting a bit spooky here.
I think we just had a protester spawn and have to die, which negatively affects my peace rating. Why would people be unhappy? People love me. I mean, the huge unemployment rate is probably hurting there. I guess these guys lost food access for a little bit. Yeah, damn, the devolutions are still hitting. I blame the market ladies. I completely blame the market ladies. Now, how's this gonna work? I could get a good few farms up here. I need to feed roughly 2,000, maybe a bit more than 2,000 patricians here. And I am... oh, snap, I didn't think about this. They're gonna need a... no, they only need 2 food types. I don't need a third. I was looking where I can get fruits from. It's only by sea. And that would make this hell, unless I set them up here, which is still a possibility. But I don't want to. This feels safer. So, wheat and vegetables. Using my incredible power of head, I bet 5 wheat and 10 veggies would do. That's enough for like 3,000 people pretty safely. Question's how it's going to look around here. Oh well, let's just build and hope for the best. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the rest are vegetables. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. 9. Yeah. Well, 9 will do. Now, bit complex that you're up there when I need your food down here. One, 2, 3. Just sussing out how to do this. It's not a particularly simple answer, but why would anything be simple? There we go. So if one of you accepts veggies and the other accepts wheat, and I'm just gonna stick you there. I know that negatively impacts on... right, I didn't get the merger here that I wanted, did I? And I did want it. You know what, that should actually do quite nicely. I will of course engineer you and prefect you. One, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. One, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. Welcome to Patrician Heaven. It's actually probably too big, but whatever. We will make it work. I got tons of money, so I'm going to do this the decadent way. I aim to do it that way. I can do it in an even more decadent way. I did not count that properly, did I? No. No, I did not. Stick you out one more, stick you in one more, and I will stick you in. And I'll cut you off one because I do think it's already a bit too big. And there we go, mass devolutions here again. I don't like that at all. It should not be happening. Not with all these marketplaces. They might all be going the wrong way. That must be, except plenty access to goods. I am going to... do this. I'm gonna throw a market down here and worry about the problems later. Right, so I talked about being decadent. This is what I'm doing. I'm just gonna load up on houses and statues, and I'll replace the statues with more houses later on. But it'll work well for desirability at this point, if nothing else. Now they're going to need access to water. I don't really want to have my water right here. It's not great desirability wise, but getting water over here wouldn't be trivial. So instead I'll do it like so. Apparently these things stink, these reservoirs. So living next to them is not pleasant. But you can offset that with many things. It's gonna really blow if anybody breaks through this stuff. There we go. So this should be all the water they need here, pretty much. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should get me plenty of people here, enough to kick this off for whatever it needs to do. Now, unfortunately, I didn't leave myself much room for warehouse goods here. I have alternatives, but I need warehouses chock full of goodies here. To the point where I could do well to squeeze some things around. It's a lot of farms. It's more than I need, strictly. 5 wheat farms and 10 veggie farms is good enough for over 3,000 people, which I know I'm not going to have. So why don't I cut it back a bit to more like 8 wheat farms worth, which is not that. Also have a well and have some gardens, because otherwise you're never going to want to live there. Wheat, veggie, okay. And if I get rid of you and smack down a warehouse here instead, and this warehouse strictly gets pottery, then he's got a hell of a long way to go. Now what? The furniture and oil are considerably closer, so I'll have you do that together. Get furniture, get oil. Hopefully it's enough. It might not be, but if you load up on it early and we do this gradually, it might survive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Phew. How many units of food does 1,000 people eat a year? I don't think of it that way. I think one wheat farm can satisfy 360 people. One veggie farm or apple farm or pig farm can satisfy 160 people. That's how I calculate it. I don't calculate by population. I know it doesn't depend on housing at all. A small shack eats as much food per person as a large insulae or large palace. Alright, we'll let them figure out their food situation. Hopefully, yeah, some of them are complaining about lack of access to workers. I can solve a bit of that by throwing down another piece of crap housing. I hate doing that, I really don't want to do it, but we'll see if anything here merges. Hopefully it does. It does not. Well, that's... No, it does, right there. Groovy. Oh, another distant Roman city is threatened, but I have an attack coming in. So what am I meant to do about that? A small force again. Right, I reckon I can send off a couple of my... I can send off the fish and the stallions, because I think the attack is coming from the south based on this. The stallions and the fish. Fish and the stallions. Legionnaires and legionnaires. Two bunches of legionnaires will surely dispatch a small force. There we go. I'm going to save, not because I'm a save scummer, because I haven't saved at all, of course, along the course, and it makes me feel a bit better. Less nervous, you know. There's something I didn't do, and that was set up any prefectures for these guys. That means the fire risk is out of control. So, I'm going to do the sensible thing and burn everything down myself. And let's see where will I... Oh, good spot for a prefecture there and there. And a single engineer post should do the whole area quite nicely. These guys will probably burn as well if I don't take them down a notch. And then I rebuild. Better. Alright, I can be satisfied with this. Rome increased the price of marble, but that's okay. Where do I put all my marble anyway? Isn't it meant to go here? Or am I not importing it? Well, let's change that. Let's import the goods. And just like that, it's already being bought. Goody.
No crime round here, boss.
Shame, I don't think we've heard Max talk about fire for some time. So with this setup, I can start feeding my people. It's going to be a bit harsh because they're all just eating wheat right now. They won't consume the veggies for a while, but I'll just have to live with that. I'm going to give them 4 marketplaces. Might seem like overkill, but they're getting it anyway. I'm also going to give them, I think I'll give them a space for auxiliary. What do I mean when I say auxiliary? I mean gladiators and actors, because this place is all full up. But I'm not sure to what degree I want to do that. When I could just stick them on the extreme points like this. If it ends up being a problem, I can move them later. Otherwise, we'll give them a nice little central place for what they need around here. I think this looks rather nice in its own way. Also, I would be betraying myself if I didn't give them the glory of the triumphal arc. If these people would just get out of my way for it. There we go. There we go. This is what the patricians deserve. I'll give them hospital access instead of doctor access. I don't like people having perfect health. And of course they need access to religion. And we'll do that right here. Ceres keeps us all good. And the gods need to be a bit a bit more looked after anyway. We'll give them another one as well. Mars, you know what? It would be really nice to have Mars's blessing real soon. Oh, I don't have the marble for it. Let's throw ourselves a bit of a celebration towards Mars in the hopes that he helps us out. And when I have the marble, which should be right now, Temple to Mars, Temple to Marsble. Good evening. How long have we been going? Asks our wealthy Nigerian prince. It's been 2 hours 20 and things are looking okay. Hell, they're looking not half bad. Food situation here is on tender hooks, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh well, here's a bit of the problem. I have a couple of small insulae eating food and dragging down my prosperity when they have no business doing so. All these tents are actually going to nail my prosperity down. Look at that, holding back prosperity at 51. I don't like that, but we're about to bring them up, courtesy of these markets. I'm going to put another market in. You can never have too many when it comes to your patricians. They got the oil. They need to get the furniture now, though. Okay, so far so agreeable. Oh, right, I see the problem. There's no road access there. I thought there was. I thought wrong. Now the market ladies are going to buy up all the food. This is going to empty out. Gone, gone, gone. Okay, but it's filling up with more grain. That's good. Now these people grow and grow. There we go. Go figure. The big cheese wanted my marbles, but we're importing them, so it's okay. Now they're going to need the baths for our smelly Romans. I think that's full. I think that's good. Yeah, surely it's good. There we go. Hopefully the library doesn't get wet from the bathhouse there. Oh, I'm about to run into a problem, but only when they get to large insulae anyway, so it's okay. They should have all the goods and all the amenities they need to get to that level. Except for a barber. I don't think I put down a barber. Ah, perfect space for one right there. You know, what could go wrong building at the bottom of this lake? The run's been going well, says Rusty, and Pepper's being sad, saying too well. Hey DDR Jake, yells Aries42. Do you ever plan on playing Pharaoh? I've played Pharaoh before. I don't think I did it on stream, and I don't want to. I don't really like the game that much, so no. Let's make sure everything is as desirable as possible. They're just small, or they're just going to be small villas, so loads of these medium statues should suffice. There we go. We have what we need to keep the big cheese happy. So there you go. Enjoy your. Oh, he's excited about me now too. Now, what a guy! What a perverted guy. They want their oil, but I think they're getting their oil. And there we go. Large insulae aplenty. Oh, right. The school does not reach far enough. I don't need loads of schools on this map, but have a school anyway. Great! Now what's the problem? Large insulaes cannot evolve on my map at all because there's not enough entertainment. I've made another mistake here. They have no access to wine. That's a problem. And I've used up all my places for growing stuff. I know. Let me just do this before I go on my tangent about why I'm in a bit of a pickle. One, two, 1, 2. Swear to God, Pepper, I better not get an invasion right here. Means you need to be moved, but that's okay. fine, just go there or something. Farm, vines, 1, 2, 3. God, this is really testing the limits of my my own rules here. 3 should do. Workshop. Wine. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And warehouse right there for wine and wine only. I have a rule that if I build these guys, timber yards, I must not delete the forest that they're adjacent to. Well, it's still there. Feels a bit cheap though. And I never did replace that work. No, I did. I replaced the workshop. Okay. Back to what I was trying to say. These large insulae won't evolve because there's not enough entertainment. Well, they already have access to an amphitheater that has both plays and fights, and they have access to a fully fleshed out theater. I can't give them any more entertainment because I have no more access to entertainment buildings. But something the game does not tell you is that when you have perfect coverage of any particular entertainment building, you get +5 entertainment on all buildings, regardless what they have access to or not. So if I build enough theaters to keep everybody satisfied, enough amphitheaters to have everybody satisfied, I get +10, which will bring these guys. They currently have 25 access to entertainment, 10 from the theater, 15 from the amphitheater, 25. If I give them another 10 from perfect coverage of theaters and amphitheaters, that'll bring them up to 35, which is what is required for Grand Insulae and for Small Villa. You would never have known that if you didn't dig real deep into how this game works. So this was very nearly an impossible task. However, we can make it happen. One amphitheater keeps, if my maths is correct here, 800 people happy. And one theater does 500. So I need to build a lot more theaters. Probably to stay safe. 12 theaters. I hate doing this. It's so ugly, but they have to go somewhere. Oh well, here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And amphitheaters. We need a fair few of you as well. I'll leave that bit open there. 1, 2, oops. 3, 4. 5. Any spare spaces for them? Well, not that wouldn't detract from other things, but I'll stick a couple here as well, just for a laugh. They don't even need performers or anything, they just need to be staffed, and they don't even need to be fully staffed. And we'll give it a month. Perfect and perfect. So now, the only thing that's stopping them from evolving is supply of second type of food, which they do have access to. The market's just grabbed it all right now and are now going to their... Oh. Well, you just lost your access to furniture, which is a goddamn shame. I'm left wondering if this marketplace is going to be insufficient for what I need here. It probably is. You know, this place sucks to live by. Why don't we just do this? We know it sucks to live here anyway, so I'm going to stick my warehouse there, have it get the wine that they're going to invariably need, and replace the that. And there she goes. The wheat pushers are just standing still, Jake. Check your granary. Vegetables and... Oh, wow. What? Oh, okay, I guess they were both vegetables for this whole time. Well, that would have really hurt food production. Still, now they have the two types of food, and uh-oh. Big problem here. Where are we being invaded from? Uh-oh. I'm not in a great place to react to that. What do we have there? Visigoths. Is that the same as the Goths? Please don't engage them. Get to relative safety first. I want to have some units to actually deal with this. Oh, my favorite. I cannot have them destroy anything. I need to suicide my troops if necessary. Hold on, that's a titchy force. What a titchy force. Crush them. Well, there's no kill like overkill, but there we go. I was expecting far larger invasions there, but that was kind. Strangely kind. So wheat there, and oops, there we go. And why am I doing so badly with these things? There we go though, got that sorted, and also, I don't see a reason not to water you. I can get my water that far after all. I don't think it makes a difference, they are being small shacks because of no religion. Right, so now we've got the Grand Insulate, they're just waiting on their wine. The wine should come soon, and then I'll be able to bump up my prosperity, and we're good to go. Will you stream anything after completing this? Probably not tonight. The night is wearing on, it's been a great day to have as vacation, but I do like to rest up every now and then. This is not as stable as I would like it to be. What if my market ladies are not quite doing the rounds that I want them to? Yeah, I mean, look, they're barely going around here. They're wasting all their time up here. They're barely spending any time down where I want them to be, which is down here. Oops. No, that did not work. It's not lack of goods. It's lack of them going where I want them to go. So there we go. Different market lady. Barbarians don't stand a ghost of a chance. The big cheese is very happy with me, so we've capped our favor. We never needed culture to begin with. We're working on prosperity. All that we need is peace. Peace before the months until defeat. Peace, the only way to... Clay. I really don't want to give you clay. I don't have anywhere set up for hoarding clay. I mean, I could. I could have you, set you to just accept clay. Ah, since we're full on this stuff anyway, that should work out. Sadly, I can't simply throw down another clay pit, although I'm so packed on food around here that I could easily set up another couple of clay pits. Could easily. Let's make it so. So once the wine arrives, I strongly suspect all these guys will evolve to their final form. What is your major malfunction? You're not even walking towards where there's workers. You're a disgrace. A bit of the problem's on me. I did elongate this, but it takes a very poor setup for them not to do that properly. There we go. The wine's coming in, and now we can have proper patricians here. There we go. Unfortunately, this is as good as they get. I can't push them higher than this. They need more entertainment, and there's no way at all for me to get more entertainment here. I have perfect coverage of the only two things I have access to, but that's okay. That all works out. You'll get access to that plenty. I worry that you import stuff too slowly here. I worry about my warehouses just in general, that they operate too slowly. I mean, we got all the market stuff over here. Or rather, I have all this stuff over here. It'll be a long way for the market ladies to go. Nah, I don't like it. It should be fine for everything except for pottery, though. Any pottery should be not that bad. I'm a little uncomfortable about this. 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20. So I can get like 1,000 population of these, but I need more than 1,000. This could end up being a bit of a squeeze. Well, we'll bring them up gradually. They should be boosting up my prosperity cap anyway, and then I just need to worry about population. And it's possible for me to squeeze more population out of these guys. I'm not making the most out of them that I could. Take your stuff, I don't need it. Are you taxing your patricians, Jake? Not yet, but their time will come. I'd like to set up a senate here because it looks awesome. However, I can't be that frivolous just yet. I will destroy you and set up the forum. I won't put the forum here because there's a chance he could waste his time going up here. You have little control over how your plebeians walk around. Rome is chuffed to bits with me, as well they should be. Right, you have a problem. That you're not getting all the goods you need. Okay, I'm going to take a different approach here. I shall set up a gatehouse. Yeah, I suppose I will do it here. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. I love this kind of paved walkway effect. Looks great. We'll get a couple of patricians right here, even though it's not the most desirable land. It's right next to the Triumphal Arch, so it should get a pretty free pass there. Now, this isn't great for you, I realize, but I can't afford to have my patricians devolve because prosperity is the hardest thing for me here. So I'm going to have these guys just get the goods that they need. And I won't have the ones up on the hill. They'll be focused more on food. Having one warehouse get multiple goods is always risky, especially when they're far away from what they need to get, so this is going to have to do it. So I won't have you getting goods anymore, but we will let you run your course, and then I'll get rid of you. Ah, nice, they merge together quite quickly, and they should get access to everything they need. Big Cheese wants the pottery, and the price of pottery's just gone up. Win-win, I suppose. Oh man, I should have waited on that. I had no good effect to get from that. My relations are already maxed out. Enemies are closing as well. I hope my units come back soon, so that I can be prepared to defend against them. Again, they're supposedly coming from the south. Can't wait to attack them in the north again. And they took very little damage, so that's excellent. Naturally not impressed with living next to a warehouse. However, I can just statue you up. And Bob's your uncle. Good. Very good. God damn. Now he wants the veggies. Right, well what I can do is say that you accept the veggies. I certainly have too many of them, so fill it up. And, wait. Oh god, here we go. I heard the crunch, I saw the fire of my, yeah, my fort. What's it gonna be? These people didn't need to live, did they? Well, they're all dead. No need for this to cost me too badly too quickly. We'll have an emergency reservoir erected. Oh, man. You get everything prepared just right, and then this happens. You guys will be okay as long as it doesn't extend too far there. Look at that one. You need to not keep going. Oh, it kept going. It kept going alright. Okay. It's not going to stop, is it? It has no intention of stopping. Alright, thank God it seems to have stopped there. Kind of went in on itself, which is good. Don't you go any further there. Alright, that's livable. In fact, I think I got off particularly lucky there. Oh, no. You, don't need to keep moving. Man, if it split the whole map here, that would be the worst, but it looks like it stopped. Uh-oh! There's a bit of life in the old girl yet. Stop right there, though. You don't need to keep... What the hell is that? That's a graphical thing I've never seen before. What? That's strange. I'm pretty sure that tile isn't used in the game at all. Oh, wow, whoa. Don't you dare cut the map off here. Oh no. Oh crap. There is no way for somebody to get from here to here without going all the way around Pompei now. It completely undoes the warehouse setup that I just made. Well, that's grim. Not least of all, how do they get water now? There's no way to get water here at all. That limits the water significantly. Especially since I needed you for labor. I will see what can be done with a reservoir here then. Those tiles there are cool though, I don't want to get rid of them. I've never seen them before. I think the game just overall bugs out pretty hard with earthquakes. Steady now. You've had your fun. Let me at least try to fix you. Alright, with that I can get water this far. I could spring a fountain there that'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, but no further. These guys are scuppered. That hurts me in new and interesting ways. Okay, I can smack you there. Put a fountain here. And that should go 1, 2, 3, 4. And just keep you alive. These two are dead though. Completely dead. There's no saving either of you. Which means I should move a bunch of my things over here. And then I have people living there. Okay. Damn. Damn, damn, and double damn. The water goes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. If this wasn't here, I could still have people living here. Oh, this is painful. Goodbye, Triumphal Arc. Calm down. Now you are not going to like living where you live, I know that much. It's alright, the repair job is well underway. Whew. It could have been so much worse if it had driven into this. Fortunately, my population center was spared. My baby is still going. I love that quake, says Dusty. Well, your quake needs to calm down. Oh, this is awful. I set this up to have the trade goods, but now there's no way to get them over here. Except for these guys making one hell of a long journey. Well, thinking about it, what I could do is set up another 2. Okay. You get the pottery. And you get the furniture. If I could set up another 2, I'd be even happier. And I can. Now, I don't want to get rid of these, but it makes sense to. Can I keep that tile? Ah. That weird tile was fascinating to me, because I've never seen it before. And it's very rare for me to see things in the game that I have never seen before. Right. There we go. Now we'll have you get the, what did I not get? I think it was oil and wine. There we go, we can adapt. Now fortunately in this game you can only have 1 earthquake, or 4 earthquakes, but only at one point in time, so I know there won't be more of them. Whew. Okay. Prosperity's rising, which is good. Now we just need peace and not to be destroyed by an invasion. If I get invaded from here, though... I have the possibility to set up another population area here if population is the problem. Good. Oh, crumbs, I miscalculated this, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Oh, no, what I did was I put them in the wrong side, didn't I? No, I'm not sure what I was thinking when I put you there. I can't get a reservoir any closer than this. Couldn't water flow down there? That'd be nice. Alright, fair enough. None of you are going to exist ever. But what I can do is set you up there. And it's going to be hella undesirable, I know that, but it's okay. I need to advance my population here so I get a good idea of how many I'm going to be able to support. Hopefully nobody gets too offended by me deleting their favourite medium statues and putting down crappy housing next to them. That's just how life goes. I'll actually make them more like this so that they can have larger populations. Please don't devolve. Right, you devolved, but someone else devolved as well. Not too shabby as long as they don't go below large insulae. It's all good. Well, that's large insulae. He's really not happy. Things are all on their way down. What's happening? Go figure, they're all pretty unhappy about the lack of desirability. That's as far as the range I can get for the water in you. I could eke out another medium, small villa here. Tell you, this ain't easy, but we're making it happen. Need you to empty out all your... Another distant Roman place is threatened. How dare they? Can't this empire defend itself? Right, let's check out this this thing. Also, you still want your veggies, so I'm going to wait on that. It's another small force. Hopefully my... Oh, crumbs! I lost a chunk of my army. And now this area is pretty defenseless. And this place is super defenseless. Oh, that is bad. If I get attacked from either of those locations, I have no reasonable way to defend myself quickly. Which means, regrettably, I'm going to have to set you and you up there. I don't like this at all. I do not like this at all. That attack is on its way real soon, and you guys will never get there in time. Maybe I'll let the attack happen before I send anybody off. Also, all of you have really... Oh yeah, my bathhouse. That's super crap. Remember I was talking about I don't want it to be lower than large insulae? Well, I got them lower than large insulae, and now I'm going to be paying for it. Pretty badly. The curse of that earthquake. It's not all in the visual splendor of what it does. There's a lot it does under the hood. And now this is all messed up. You're messing things up. You two are messing things up. And I have to delete you and all that I've invested into you to make it work again. There we go. Now you are no longer functioning for me properly, so I'll replace you with a wheat farm. And whilst I am accepting the veggies, I think he wants more than just that. There we go, librarian makes the rounds, you evolve. And I need that prosperity of mine. Okay, it's still rising. We're in a good place, but the population isn't there yet. We'll get there with it. Alright, it's coming together. Which means I will get rid of you. You're doing nothing for me. Wages go higher. That's alright, money is not a factor on this map thanks to the lucrative trade goods. I'm sure Pepper is kicking themselves about it. All we need is the eruption of a gladiatorial revolt. Well, because of the layout of this map, I've been forced to use a lot of gladiators. If I had access to Hippodrome or even the Colosseum, I wouldn't have to, but I do. Which blows for me. That is, if there's a gladiator revolt. It's kind of what Pepper does. Alright, I have a pathetic bit of defense here. It's gonna have to do me for a while. I need these filled up, but nothing means anything until that peace rating caps out. Alright, this looks relatively okay. I'm going to get rid of you, so we have access to another bit of patrician there. And I'm going to risk it for a biscuit by plonking you down here. Apparently you don't have access to two gods. They don't make their rounds over there. Fascinating, but bad news for me. Yeah, no kidding, that's pretty bad news for me. Well, I have an option, and that is to smack a doctor down there and make sure that he does the full rounds. That's as full as rounds get. And I'm going to delete you and check how the gods are doing. They're all pretty happy. We're going to make Neptune happy. No, Venus happier. Right, that attack is coming in too soon. I can't hold off anymore, sadly. This is real sad. The snakes and the Prima Legion. Ah, but this leaves us so open. Nope, Snakes and Prima Legion anyway. You're going off on tour. Ah, that's the problem. I've been trading my vegetables from here when I need to stockpile them for old Emperor Man. Okay. Prosperity's rising, just need a little bit more and we're there. What was the population again? Please say 7,000. Yes, this should be trivial enough. Didn't even have to move these guys over here, just as well. I didn't want to have to do that. Da, 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 da. Oh crap. Where are they? Where the hell are they? You are joking me, I just sent those guys off. Well, I took a guess. The guess did not pay off. Oh boy, they are so close to trashing my city right there, and my guys move so slowly. Oh, that's just nasty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, yeah, there you go. Come on, lads. God, they're slow. And Visigoths would destroy my my horses. But I can't risk any damage. They'd have to suicide. Alright, if you guys can just get to here in time, I'm ready to delay at a moment's notice. Okay, they're more interested in shooting that individual guy. That's fine by me, because the Legionnaires are quite good at that, at defending against those. Alright, come and have a go. Dr. Urafdish is on point here. I'll take it. Well, I'm very fortunate that that was not a huge attack. But with this in the way, I would have been very hard pressed to defend against other places. Right, those wages just keep going up and up, don't they? I thought the distant battles would be a bigger problem, says Pepper. They were set pretty big. They're all small, so you probably set them to 50 or below, which isn't that big. But the calculations for them, an academy-trained unit counts for 2, so if it's 50, then 25 academy-trained units will work against it. Academy-trained legionnaires count for 3, so if it's 50, you'll be able to defeat it with one legionnaire, one group of 16 legionnaires and just a few others, so meh. distant battles have to be pretty big to be a considerable threat. Or you have no access to military academies. I'd probably do that for this map, no military academy. That would put some real pressure on. Come on, tax man, make me some goddamn money.
Rich houses makes me feel I should have money.
Unemployment is...
Please do something. With all those unemployed people, I have almost no one to tax.
He makes a good case. Alright, this patrician block's working wonders for me, and I do have areas for making it slightly larger too. This is good. This is indeed good. I love the voice mod, I really do, says Brelix. I was contemplating oh, what is going on here? What do you mean no furniture? I trade away too much furniture. Exports over 12 is far too much for me now. I could actually just not trade it anymore. Export weapons and wine instead. In fact, the wine isn't even here for trading, so yeah. Also, you shouldn't be accepting olives anymore. And again, wages go up. It's completely random when those happen, I believe. There we go.
Bring out your cash.
Shame about the loss of people, but they'll come back pretty quickly. Great, I think we have a winner here. I don't want to call it too early, but the earthquake has happened. No invasions are coming. I think we'll have easily beaten the distant battle. And prosperity is on top. Not too shabby. I just need the peace requirement to go up and to have a little bit more population, neither of which pose significant difficulties. Alright, I got this little bit here for another patrician, same with here. Where possible, I want to get this population via patricians. There we go. They get everything they need. And more victory. Nix asks if he can be a lion tamer.
Greetings, I'm new to this place. Do you know anywhere to live? I've heard there are jobs here. Ah, I want to be a lion tamer. Greetings.
What about Nitro? We haven't heard him all day. Where is he?
There's so much unemployment here. I wish we could practice on some of them.
Unemployment is very high here. No one can afford my services.
There's so many jobless people here, it starts to look like Dublin.
What's your problem with Dublin? Aside from, well, evidently the homeless. Right, grow larger and larger, and might have made a bit of a dum-dum here because they don't actually like living here anymore due to lack of desirability. If I'm lucky, one small statue will solve it, but that would take something. Yeah, I didn't think I'd be that lucky. Prefectures are a problem though. I can delete one of them and replace them with a nice statue. And that deals with one of you. And I could probably do another one. Risky, what with the no fire protection anymore. So we shall have Max stationed there and there. Still not quite enough for you. Ah, there we go. Nice. Very, very nice. I want to look over them for a little bit, make sure they're stable. Looks pretty stable to me. Don't like people coming in here though. This tells me that there were devolutions here as well. Unless they're going out this other end as well. There we go. What's your major malfunction? Lack of furniture. I mean, you got furniture like you wouldn't believe right there. So what this is really telling me is that you don't have good market coverage. Bloomin' market ladies, right? So let's have a little bit more by the way of market ladies. I don't want to lose out too much on my prefecture protection though. But I did just... yeah, one prefecture for all of this is not enough. I'll put up a second one. Prefects are too exposed to RNG. Alright, this is pretty splendid. And my prosperity is well above what I need, which tells me setting up a little bit of housing here will be plenty, and the peace requirement should be done in about 5 years, I think. So we'll get all we need here. And since all the goods that I need for warehouses, that's oil, furniture and pottery, are right there, I should be able to just set something up with a few farms here and be good to go. What do I need? Barely 1,000 people. So I can have something super decadent, just a simple block that even includes the granary. Out of my way. What did that say? I didn't see anything. I'll have you somewhere that you merge as well. That'll help me not risk my prosperity. I don't want to risk anything towards the end here, especially on a timed mission like so. Oh, you were perfect there. I see it now. You get the oil, and the other one gets both the clay and pottery. Shouldn't be the pottery and furniture shouldn't be a problem. And then we can have some super decadent housing for these guys. Victorious soldiers on the way back. Yeah. You get the joys of walking through this every day. When you pull with the delete tool, it changes the appearance of the tile underneath it, which can help you figure out where tiles will merge or not. Sadly, I don't know all the merge tiles, I just know a few of them. This one right here is a merger tile. This one here is a merger tile, but I think there are 3 or 4 others. I don't know them all though. I think somebody asked for world map. No, they say very good map. But I'll look at the world map anyway. Like those trade routes. 2 by sea, 2 by land. Perfect. Perfect in every way. Don't like all this devolution here due to the market ladies not running around the way I want them to. Could remove a couple of houses here to make it a bit more stable. I'm building them here anyway, so it's not a big deal. But I don't have to, so I don't particularly want to. Alright, distant battles, desire for many goods. Not a problem. I could even tell them no to the furniture and just give them the other stuff instead. There's no skin off my nose. Let's keep you marketed up. Because I don't want you dragging down the prosperity. Low-level housing does that in a big way sometimes. And with all this going on, yeah, we can have all the houses we want or need here. Give them a large temple, hell, maybe even give them two. Look at that, knock down the prosperity because I built all these guys by the turn of the year. But they'll bring it back up in no time, unless there was major devolutions here. There were not. Good. Then what am I doing here? Peace went up by 5, as it does every year, you don't have problems. Neptune and Mercury. Here's that guy Neptune, and here's that dude Mercury. Neptune closest to the water, Mercury by the warehouses. And of course they'll want a school, and a library, and a theatre, and an amphitheatre. And they need an actor colony for the actors, and they need a gladiator school for the gladiators. And a bathhouse because they stink. Actually, I said I'd have loads of room for everything. I'm not giving myself all that loads of room. There we go, bathhouse for the smelly ones. Doctor to prevent disease. Barber to give them trendy haircuts. Ah, the Senate. That would be a decadent thing to have, wouldn't it? I wonder. Could I perhaps have you there? And then we set up the Senate right in the middle of them. And then the Senator does his rounds to collect the taxes, like so. With his own personal engineering and prefecturing. Yeah, I think so.
This city is profoundly mediocre.
I'll take that for what it's worth.
This city is perfectly acceptable.
This city is
I'd give this city 8 out of 10.
People really like my city.
I reckon it'd be quicker to push these goods to Rome.
I came here to chew gum and fix buildings, and I'm all out of gum.
Oh, this city's pretty damn good. Tell me how it is, patrician man.
Salutations. The city is quite well run.
This is just the pat in the back I've been needing. Alright, then I just need the population to swell up and the something to fix itself. What was it? Prosperity. Prosperity needs to go fix itself. Groovy. Okay, those enemies are getting real close. If they spawn here again, they're going to tear my stuff down and give me a particularly bad time. If they're here, that's another problem. If they're here, it's a huge problem. So let's hope those enemies don't close too fast. There's your damn school. Brilliant. Little worried about that prosperity, actually, especially since the months till defeat are really ticking down. Granted, it only checks the end of each year. I hope it didn't go down. That would be the worst. Caesar's getting a bit antsy about his furniture, but that's okay. We need him to be at 100 anyway, and in 3 years we should be good for everything. Hey Jake, when's the next PDX Dev Clash? I don't have the answer to that. I bet if you poked, I don't know, who would you poke about that one? I would say Blondie, but I'm not even sure he's in charge of such things. Anyway, I want more dev clashing, so that's enough to say it'll happen. Oh god, they're about to come. I'm not going to get out of this without that final battle. But yeah, we are very close to having the population we need. And prosperity is set to rise, so as long as all this is adequate, we're good.
Unemployment is worryingly high here.
Takes a while for these to fill up with goods. Every time you get one of these guys, they bring 4 or 5 pop with them. Can't remember which. But you can only have 1 spawn per house on the map at one time. So if they're right here, they very quickly go dut, 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 and fill it up. They have a long way to go for these ones though. And because these are 2x2 houses instead of 4 1x1s, that's a quarter the amount of people on the map at any one time for them. But the population is... Oh, the price of weapons just went down a fair chunk, a huge chunk actually. Perhaps it's a good time to send off Caesar's weapons then, now that they've become far less valuable to me. Damn right, I won't be forgotten. Excellent, prosperity's there. 2 years and we'll have the peace, and we are done and dusted. And that is the population reached. Time for some good new music as well. Fantastic. The only thing that could possibly crush me now is this invasion happening in the worst possible place. I would say here. Maybe here. Actually, if I know if it's the worst possible place, why don't I just have you there ready for it? Everywhere else I can react to in something resembling a reasonable time. Because if they break something, then that severely impacts on my peace rating. Severely. These guys get tired out from just... Okay. Oh, no invasion. If I had to guess why that happened, it does happen every now and then, especially on custom maps. An invalid invasion location was set. It could have been here, and it became invalidated because the earthquake blocked it off. Oh well. Then we speed 5 our way to victory. 2 years and that piece is ours. Yeah, the quake probably blocked it. Okay, so it was going to be up here. If it was here, could have broken some stuff, but that's exactly why I erected these 2 units. They were there to protect us. What can I say? I know my way around this game. I'm pretty satisfied with the city I built here. I would have liked to make something a bit more beautiful, but I did not give myself a lot of space on any of the places that I built here. But I like not having housing that's worse than large insulae. Large insulae looks a bit boxy. Grand insulae is better, but a lot of effort to get that. Huge boon from the trade goods available from the very start. Having furniture, oil, and weaponry all able to trade real fast was frankly too good. I think they all should have been blocked behind much more expensive trade routes to open. But the game forced me to open up the expensive sea trade route with, who was it again? With Valencia. Opening this up cost 2.5 grand. But without placating gods with temples, they will constantly give you their curses. With Ceres, that means you can't grow food. Neptune just sinks all the boats, including the ones you need to trade with, you know, to get the money, to get the marble, none of that. Venice will just piss on city mood forever. And Mercury's really harsh. He will make some of your stuff disappear, and then he will just straight up blow up your warehouses and granaries. Did I miss anyone? Probably nobody important. If it's Mars, he would spawn hostile enemies and make my my units deserters. So we had to open up that fast, which forced us into debt, but it also forced us to open up a trade route that's super lucrative. Being able to sell 40 wine and 40 weapons every month, that one trade route alone would fund the whole mission. Selling 40 units of an advanced trade good per year is crazy money, especially when the prices didn't really go down. In fact, they went up across the campaign. Look at that. Well, I swear wine has gone up. Has it? Yeah, well. Certainly I recall furniture going up. I wanted you to produce a lot and have to give Caesar big tributes, which should maybe discourage you from selling too much, says Pepper. Doesn't really work that way. Unless something is super scarce, like there's hardly any anywhere to mine iron, or there's very little availability of forest, then you're going to be able to produce loads of anything. It's really a non-concern. Send you off your furniture. I think that's going to be it on the turn of the year. And just in time as well. Only 38 months left, so we're down to our last 10%. The favor's only at 97 though, so we can cap that next year and we're good. So, perfectly adequate map. It was a bit easy after we got over the initial of debt. But again, I was given like next to no money and I had to open up expensive trade routes to get anywhere. The military challenge could have been considerably higher, but the difficulty was in that you can't maneuver your troops here. Units over here can't get to here, right, without going all the way around the lake. Alright, we're done here as soon as I impress Caesar with loads and loads of wine for the drunkard. So that's all she wrote. Well, that will be all she wrote when they acknowledge receipt of my my tribute. Come on, old man. Too drunk he can't even tell when his drink arrives. There we go. For my work here, I've been promoted to clerk. That's what I get for shouldering that earthquake. Congratulations, once again I've proven myself to be one of Rome's finest governors. Well, hopefully I've made it back into the Big Cheese's good books. He's been throwing the book at me as well as throwing the goblets at me for some time. Huge amount of funds, maxed favour, prosperity 85. Don't get me wrong, that was tight. If prosperity had been at 90, this would have been a particularly difficult map to do. Only being able to build up to small villas makes it very difficult to have particularly high prosperity. I would have rethought my stance on only having large insulae instead of grand insulae. Would have pumped those up quite a bit more. Let's have a look at the map itself. There we go. Back to the Virgin map. I quite like the layout of food. I want to give that a special prop, right? There's not a shortage of food. No way, no how, right? Loads of space to build up your farms. But you can't really concentrate them, right? Normally you want to have like a core lump of farms here and then feed some. But here, you know, you gotta do them along the water side. And if you want to double back and make a loop with them, well, okay, you're hard pressed to do so, and you certainly can't bring it out here. So placing the farms was a bit more thought was needed into it, kind of like Lug Dunham in a way. I like anything like Lug Dunham. 85 would have been the highest I would have done here, says Pepper. I thought you would have started at the top right where the earthquake hits, because the land trade route is the cheapest. I wouldn't have started here, I would have started... There was an early consideration that I would start here, because yes, the land trade route is quick and cheap. I can feed my people. In fact, there's actually quite a lot more farmland here than it looks like there is. It only takes a small tuft of land, and you can build a farm anywhere adjacent to it, including diagonally adjacent. So I did think about building up farmland here, getting wine and or oil produced as well. We can do furniture too. And then yes, I'd very quickly be able to trade with these. However, the land trade routes include selling vegetables, timber, oil and pottery. Oil, great. Timber and veggies aren't worth much at all. And the pottery I can't even trade here because I have no access to water. I'd have to go down here for water. It would be a huge pain dragging the water here to here as well in my book. And really, it offered no advantages that I didn't get here. Also, and I didn't realize this until after I'd opened the trade route, so I was quite fortunate, but marble is a must. You can't... If you don't have access to anything to appease the gods, you're just gonna lose, right? They are relentless with their punishments, and you just can't hack it. So the fact that I needed to get marble for large temples meant it was an absolute must to open up that sea route. There was no going around it, right? You saw the very short amount of time I had to handle not having temples, and the gods threw loads of crap at me. I lost the contents of my granary. I had the pestilence arrive for my farms. Neptune sunk all the boats and prevented traders coming for many months, and Mars would have sprung an invasion on me if we'd already had military stuff going on. So yeah, it was rough. Oh, and Venus cheesed off my pops as well. Rough stuff. So, an interesting spin there. That I really liked. Being forced to have to open up trade route for marble is not an immediate direct cost in your money like opening a trade route. But it is a significant cost that you have to pay a quick period of time, and you might even have to think which gods do you care about the most. So I loved the idea of not having access to small temples and having to import marble for them. Having to mine marble would have also been an interesting challenge, especially if the only source of mining it was in an awkward position. Okay, that's it for Pompei. Rather enjoyed it. It was a bit too easy, but after some of the more stupidly difficult maps we've had, that was a nice change of pace. What's your grade for the map? I don't do grades. I talk about what I've seen, and there's good and there's bad, but I'd say there's more good than bad here. I didn't talk much about the looks. I kind of like the border stuff. The water here looks really quite natural. I like that a lot. This looks really quite unnatural. I don't know what I'm looking at. It's like an optical illusion. Is it coming out or going in? Can't quite tell. But it's not that easy to make mountainous stuff look good on this map. On Caesar 3, I mean. this is a bit unnatural as well, I'd say. So the water, good. The land elevation, not so good. Right, I'm done here. That's me for the night. It is wearing on already. And I'm also on vacation tomorrow, so we'll be back with some more streams at inopportune times. So from me for now, it's cheers, especially to Pepper for submitting this map, and cheerio.